Good afternoon, everyone. We will call the meeting of the Liberty County Board of Commissioners to order. Mr. Mosley, has the meeting been properly advertised?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. I see evidence thereof. Good to see everyone. Got a semi-full house today. We don't often get company like this, so it's good to have you. Good to see some faces I hadn't seen in a while. Judge Russell, good to see you. Good to see you. I've seen you on TV. I know.
Yeah, the famous one.
TV. Let's ask Mr. Mosley, our county administrator, will come and lead us in our invocation, our pledge. Please stand for the invocation and our pledge, please.
Let us pray. Gracious and kind Father, thank you for all that you do for us on a daily basis. We're so grateful and we're so humble. And Father God, we pray that you give this august body divine wisdom, insight as they transact the business community. We pray that you cover them with your blood. Father God, we pray for those who continue to recover from the tragic accident that happened. We pray that you give them grace and mercy. These and all other blessings we ask in Jesus Christ, in the name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Commissioners, we have a request. Speaking of judges, our judges would are requesting that if we can move them up, they'd appreciate that. So with your permission, we will insert them between items 6 and 7 of the Superior Court judges' presentation. Can we have an agreement by?
Yes, yes.
Okay, by consensus? Yeah.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second? Second. All in favor? All right. Thank you so much for that. We're going to try to move right along. Good to see everyone again. We're starting right away with, is Ms. Crystal here? Yes. Come on. Certificate of appreciation. We got some special guests in the house this evening.
Yes,
this
sir.
afternoon. Thank you.
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. I stand here today with a fraction of men and women of our service to acknowledge a very special family here in Liberty County. On the evening of July 18th, unfortunate circumstances resulted in a staging area composed of first responders, including Liberty County Sheriff Department, City of Hinesville Police Department, Liberty County EMS, and the Liberty County Fire Rescue, and additional resources from neighboring counties and municipalities. The staging area was designated directly inside of a neighborhood recreational area right beside the Carl residence. As any summer day in July, it was hot. This particular detail lasted several hours. It was during this event that we were approached by the Carl family, inviting first responders into their home as needed to utilize bathroom facilities, offering water, homemade water cooling stations, snacks, and food. They even offered to make slushies to keep everyone hydrated and ensure their safety and prevention of heat casualties. Although we came prepared with resources for food and water, I commend this family for adamantly being so gracious, opening their home to strangers, assisting in any way possible they could think of to show gratitude and support to our first responders. This family is the epitome of demonstrating community support, both towards our public safety as well as the residents here in Liberty County. Trevor and Becca, on behalf of all the public safety entities that were on scene that day, I thank you and your children for showing your kindness to all of us during this event. I thank you for expressing love towards strangers for your children to role model after. I thank you for making us all Liberty County proud, and I just thank you. We would like to present to you acknowledgments of our appreciation for your support to our mission that day. In addition, I'd like to present you a challenge coin on behalf of Liberty County EMS. That one's for Mommy. Thank you. Who's this one for? I don't know. Ethan. Ethan. Here you go, buddy. I got something else for you, too. Thank you. Thank you.
You know, thank you all for your service. Thank you all for being good neighbors. It's often said you don't have to go looking for opportunities to serve. They will knock on your door. So we thank this family for stepping up and helping in that situation. You didn't have to do that, but it does make us all in Liberty County proud to have you in our community. Thank you for your service, and I hope the folks back home are proud of you. Can we give another hand, everybody? Thank you so much. Thank you, Crystal. Proclamation, Georgia coast is not an ashtray, and the great pollinator census. Keep Liberty beautiful.
Good evening. I'm Amanda Jeffers with Keep Liberty Beautiful. I'm the volunteer coordinator, and with me I have a few of my board members. Would you like to introduce?
Tim Scott.
Constance Jackson. Chantel Boone.
Yes. First of all, I wanted to commend Mr. Blunt for helping us out this weekend. We had our annual St. Catherine's Island beach sweep where we had over 50 volunteers show up and show out. So, and Mr. Blunt was one of 10 boat captains that helped take out our volunteers. So, thank you very much for helping us this weekend. So Georgia's coast is not an ashtray. That is our first proclamation. It is, if y'all are not familiar, but cigarette butts are the #1 littered item in the United States. So, and if you're not familiar, it is also made out of plastic, and we can recycle it. So we like to collect those and send them out, and we've already done like 91 pounds this year. So that is awesome. What we do is Georgia's coast not an ashtray is something that we do promote throughout the United States with Keep America Beautiful and Keep Georgia Beautiful. And we have these coasters that we like to give out to area restaurants and bars for them to use. The campaign started June 1st and goes through the end of August. But August 29th is our day to proclaim for it. And we ask patrons of those restaurants and bars take a photo of themselves and post it onto our site.
Okay.
Whereas, according to Litter in America, Keep America Beautiful landmark national study of litter cost and litter behavior, 38% of cigarette litter is associated with the physical environment, including the number of ash receptacles. The presence of ash receptacles correlates with lower rates of cigarette butt littering, and whereas Keep Liberty Beautiful mission is to engage individuals, businesses, and governments to participate in this joint educational outreach program, which started June 1st, 2002? And declare August 29, 2025, the day for the Georgia coast is not an ashtray message drink coasters to educate locals and visitors about cigarette litter be used throughout Liberty County. And now, therefore, I, Donald L. Lovett, Chairman and County of Liberty County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim August 29, 2025 as Georgia coast is not an ashtray awareness day. In Liberty County, we urge all organizations, businesses, and citizens to find ways to keep Liberty County beautiful. In witness whereof I have hereto set my hand and caused the great seal of the County of Liberty to be affixed on this 21st day of August, 2025.
Okay. Our next one is the Great Southeast Great Pollinator Census, which is starting August 22nd through the 23rd. So what the census is about, it helps us figure out how many pollinators are out there. What it does is we'll have a workshop going on this weekend at the Liberty County Community Complex in Midway. We will have a little worksheet that they will go out to our beautiful butterfly garden, which is filled with pollinators right now. I just cleaned it out yesterday, so of all the weeds. But so the pollinators are out there doing their job. So we ask that they come out there, come to the complex, get your worksheet, go out to the butterfly garden, do your census, and we will be giving away pollinator plants as well that day. And then some kids will have little activity sheets to do as well.
In short form, whereas pollinator species such as birds and insects are central partners of farmers and ranchers in producing much of our food supply, and whereas pollinator species provide significant environmental benefits that are necessary for maintaining healthy, biodiverse ecosystems, and whereas the Liberty County Board of Commissioners provide producers with conservation assistance to promote wise conservation stewardship, including the protection and maintenance of pollinators and their habitats on working lands and wildlands. And now, therefore, I, Donald L. Lovett, and the Liberty County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim August 22nd and 23rd, 2025 as the Great Pollinator Census, so declared on this 21st day of August 2025, and urge all citizens to recognize this observance.
All right, if you all would come up for your photo op, we'll do that. Keep it Liberty Beautiful again for all it does for our community. And I let the military family slip out without getting a photo with them.
Which one of the cameras?
I have my own boat. I made sure.
We got two proclamations.
Two proclamations.
Two of them.
Thank y'all. Give Dr. Bell our best.
I know.
Mr. Murray, come on down, sir.
Oh, there he is.
All right, my name is Larry Murray, and I'm here to present certificate of appreciation to everyone within the county that helped us out this year. With the summer employment program, we were able to house and support 30 interns this year, as in the past we did about 17. So this year we were able to support 13 interns, get paid at the max $10 an hour. So we couldn't do that without the commissioners, and so we just want to thank everybody within the county as well too, like I just said. So I'm going to read off the certificate. For outstanding service and support to the students of the 2025 Summer Youth Employment Program, your commitment to empowering you through meaningful opportunities, guidance, and mentorship has a lasting impact. Your contribution has helped foster personal growth, skill development, and a brighter future for our community's young people. So we want to go ahead and present the first certificate to the Liberty County Sheriff Office if they're here. So I'm going to, okay, if they're not here, I'm going to go ahead and call them off. I'll call them all off at one time, and if they could please come up here, and then we'll give them their certificate. So we have the Liberty County Sheriff Office. We have the Tax Commissioner's Office. Tax Commissioners here? No. Okay, thank you so much, Miss. We have the Assessor's Office. Assessor's
No, everybody went home.
Hey, I get it. Hey, it's 5 o'clock. I get it. The rec department. Nobody from the rec department. That's okay. Magistrate Court.
Yay!
Okay, Magistrate Court here. Man. I appreciate you.
Hey, all the judges here today. We
We have the Informational Technology. IT. Let's go. Thank y'all. HR, Human Resources. Yep, Ms. Laura's here. Let's go. We have the Fire Services. Fire Department. Let's go. Oh, yeah. There you go. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Hey, I'm going to miss the handshake. Just see you put your hand out. I ain't going to leave you hanging. We have EMS, Emergency Medical Services. Let's go. EMS is here. Let's go. So much. Thank y'all. We have the Liberty County Coroner's Office.
Yay,
Coroner's here. Let's go,
Tammy.
Coroner.
Man, get your picture taken.
Animal Services. We got animal, okay. Elections and voters. Elections and voters registration, but we'll go ahead and
I'm
pass that one. They're not
surprised they're
here.
not here. They're
That's
always
it.
here.
EMA, Emergency Management Agency.
Trip.
You got those right here. Appreciate you, man.
All right,
Yes, sir.
right.
We have the UGA Extension Office, 4H.
Aaron.
Let's go, Mr. Aaron. Thank you, man. Yes, sir. Strategic Biz Solutions. That's Ms.
Cliff.
Crystal.
I don't see Miss
Okay.
Cliff.
VIP.
Nope.
Yeah, read.
Is that VIP? Is that VIP? Oh, that's right. The rec department made it. They made it. Okay.
I don't know if they shut up, but.
Diversity Health Center here. No diversity, right? Live Oak Public Library. We had a lot of support this year, y'all. A lot of support.
Nope.
Sparrow Communications.
Crystal Hart.
Summer Foods.
Hey.
Okay, Summer Foods is here. Let's go. Record Center.
Samantha.
Thank you. And keep Liberty beautiful. I know they're here. Let's go. Thank y'all so much. That's everybody? In the rec department. We're going to get the rec department there. That's all I have. That's all we have, I believe. Get a picture.
Let's stand up behind them, guys.
Sorry. There you go, thank you.
This is not 84. Thank you all. Mr. Murray, thank you and your team. Thank all the support staff. Before the judges come up, I want to make a statement. Many of us heard today via the news that Interstate Paper, I still call it that, D.S. Smith is closing, which is going to affect a lot of our employees from Liberty County and surrounding counties. So our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to those people. We had kind of heard the rumor, but we were trying to work behind the scenes even to try to shoulder up their viability so they would perhaps not close the Riceboro plant, but it wasn't meant to be. So we know a lot of people today found out, a lot of employees today at work found out they would no longer have employment there. So we can just imagine what that must be like. We are working, the Liberty County Development Authority, Savannah Tech, Workforce, Coastal, City of Riceboro, of course, Liberty County working together to try to help that whole process so that those employees will be as least impacted as can be. So if you see those people, please encourage them because some of those folk have been working there already. How many years?
40, almost 52 years.
A lot of years they have invested in that institution. So so today would have been a shock to them. So I'm sure the commissioners, we all share in their in this experience, and certainly I heard today from Mayor Stacy that a lot of those people, you know, putting it very succinct, a lot of those people have just bought new homes or new vehicles, those kind of things. So my mama says it's a trying time, you know. So let's make sure that we wrap our arms around those people as well as the county and development authority and other agents do what we can to help those people in the transition. I see my friend Dion Lovett here from the Coastal Regional Commission, maybe a place for you all to assist in that effort too. So all hands on deck as we try to take care of our folk who take care of us. At this time, we're going to call Morgan Willard. Well, that ain't Morgan Willard.
Sorry about that, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Good.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, I appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight, and I'm lucky to be here tonight. Just 30 minutes ago, Judge Hendricks and Miss Willard and I got on the elevator on the third floor. The lights went out, the elevator stopped. And I'm not going to directly quote what was said, but it went something like, oh.
Snap.
So we are thankful to be here tonight.
Good to have you.
First of all, I want to thank the commission for its support for what we do in the court system. We can't do it without you. We appreciate your cooperation and your support. So why am I here tonight? Well, we are asking that you consider some revisions or modifications in two of our budgets. One would be our staff attorney budget and also the salary supplement portion of our budgetary process. You may not know this, but in the most recent legislative session back in May, the General Assembly passed House Bill 85. And what that bill does is change the way, dramatically changes the way that Superior Court judges are paid in the state of Georgia. Before that bill was introduced, there were some extensive studies that were done, and at that time, Georgia ranked 45th in the country as far as judicial pay to Superior Court judges. They also did a study regarding county supplements, that's been in operation for 30, 40 years. And the supplements widely vary throughout the state of Georgia. And the supplements paid by various counties are different in their scope. There's also other benefits. Other counties pay retirement benefits, medical benefits. I mean, it's just totally disparate across the board. So this was an effort by the General Assembly to shift more of the responsibility to the state rather than the counties. So it's a good thing for the counties. The Association of County Commissioners supported this wholeheartedly. And to give you an idea of how overwhelming the support was, it passed the Senate 51-2, and it passed the House 163-7. So it enjoyed overwhelming support. So why are we here? Well, we have to be here because the 5 judges in the Atlantic Judicial Circuit, we have to decide whether we want to opt into this new program or opt out. We all want to opt in. But let me give you just the bird's eye view. Right now, you are required under House Bill 1529 to compensate Superior Court judges at the rate of $1,500 per month for every one of the judges. Now, this is shared with the other 5 counties in the Atlantic Judicial Circuit. Under our proposal, and we've had the opportunity to meet with Ms. Richardson and Mr. Mosley, and they've got all the details, and I don't want to get into the weeds too far here. But for example, that $1,500 would be reduced down to about $830 a month. And that number would phase out over the next several years. So I envision in 4 or 5 years, counties will no longer be paying these supplements. I think that's what the General Assembly intended, and I think it's only fair that the state would share most of the burden of these salaries. Now, we are asking for a modest increase offsetting what we're giving to you. We're asking for a little bit back to compensate our staff attorneys. It's a very modest increase throughout the entire circuit. And the numbers I have, and I think Judge Hendricks may have some more details about that, but I think it amounts to $253 per month per attorney. That would be the Liberty County portion of this. So that's basically what we're asking for. We appreciate the support. I'm glad to answer any questions you might have.
Chair Samantha did a analysis for us. Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. And let me recognize Mr. Mr. Weiland is our district court administrator. So he covers all the way Savannah, Bullock County, all the way to the coast of Florida. So how many counties? 24. And so he's familiar with how this new legislation is being phased in with regard to all the other circuits. And he could give you some perspective on that.
Okay, would you come, please, and do
Yes,
that
sir.
for us?
Yes, sir.
State your name for the record, if you will, please, sir.
Sure. Good evening, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Again, my name is Randy Weiland. I currently serve as the First Judicial Administrative District Court Administrator. Prior to my starting in that position in January, I served as the Atlantic Circuit here as our court administrator here locally. My perspective, of course, is now covering the entire First Judicial District, which is basically the southeast corner of the state of Georgia. Within that district are 5 circuits, which this circuit, the Atlantic Circuit, is one of the 5, okay? So in putting together our analysis of how this is being handled throughout all the state, but also within the first district and down to our circuit level, I went out and surveyed all the other circuits and said, what are you doing in your circuit? Are you seeking some kind of locality pay from your local county commissioners, or are you not? And we did a survey of that and found out that Atlantic Circuit was the only one that wasn't really making a full-throated request for the entire locality pay amount, which would equate to $20,267 per judge per year, okay? And tonight, we're not gonna come forward and ask for that. We're basically saying we're gonna release these funds back into Liberty County for you to decide what you wanna do with, because it's your money at this point, not ours. In my opinion, I think what was there before was pretty much an unfunded mandate from the state on the county, and now that has been addressed through the new pay legislation and taking that burden off of the county. Also, we looked at the staff attorneys' pay compensation level throughout the entire circuit, and more specifically in the circuits right around the Atlantic Circuit, and compared what our staff attorneys here in the circuit are getting paid versus the other circuits. And the Atlantic Circuit was on the very bottom of that scale as well. So that's why we're coming forward tonight and saying, could we please have a little bit of that supplement back and give it to our staff attorneys instead? And I think Judge Hendricks will have the specific numbers for Liberty County in specific as to where that would come from and how much that would look like. So a couple of quick points just to make sure you understand the supplement for the judges' locality pay that we're going to ask for on top of the supplement for the staff attorneys. Our number one priority is staff attorneys, just to be straight up honest with you. We want to make sure we're able to retain good staff attorneys here in the Atlantic Circuit, and that is our highest request tonight. Behind that would fall the locality pay supplement for the judges if the commission deems that's appropriate and willing to do so. So priorities, we have one staff attorney, two, then the supplements. In addition to that, and I know Judge Rose mentioned this already, but to me it's really important the commission understand that any locality pay that you do decide to grant to the judges will sunset. We estimate it may be 4 to 5 year period, and then that will go away completely. Every time they receive a compensation raise in their base salary from the state, we're required to then reduce the locality pay to stay underneath that pay cap. So if we start tonight with what we're requesting countywide, I don't have the number right in front of me, but they will. Whatever that number is for the judges' portion of the locality pay will reduce every time they get a pay raise from the state. And we envision it disappearing completely from any obligation for the county not even being allowed legislatively to pay any at that point within a 4 to 5 year period. So a little bit complicated, not trying to get too wonky on the issue, but I'll let Judge Hendricks come up if you don't mind and address the numbers with you. Yeah.
Hendricks going to bring it on home?
He's back and clean up for us.
They say to save the best for last. I don't know if that's true in this case. No, Chairman Lovett, and good evening to you, Mr. Chairman and the commissioners. You said something in your remarks regarding the layoffs that were announced today, and it struck because the reason that we're here is to try to help those and protect those who help us. You all can imagine that the work that we do in the court system and the justice system really would almost grind to a halt, but it certainly wouldn't be as efficient or as effective as it is if we didn't have the help that we have in the form of our staff attorneys. So currently, there's not much more I'm going to be able to add. I will add to momentarily here about where the money would come from and how much we're talking, but Judge Rose already hit on that. A staff attorney, we have 6 staff attorneys in the Atlantic Judicial Circuit. The Atlantic Judicial Circuit is comprised of 6 different counties. So you've got Liberty County, Long County, McIntosh County, Bryan County, Tattnall County, and Evans County. And to give you an idea, I don't think I need to say this, it's common knowledge, the number of cases that we see come through all levels of courts, magistrate court, probate court, state court, and superior court, where we are judges, is growing. It's growing exponentially, and as a result of the studies that were done by the state of Georgia, the University of Georgia, Judge Jay Stewart helped do this. That's the reason they created a 5th judgeship. The state recognized, hey, the Atlantic Judicial Circuit has a high enough case count that they need another full-time Superior Court judge. That's where I got my position from. We have 3 major prisons in this jurisdiction. That's significant because when a person goes to prison, which is, a last alternative that we hope to ever have to go to, they maintain certain rights to continue their appeals. Those don't go back to the counties where those gentlemen or those ladies were sentenced. They come to and are heard by the judges that sit in the counties in which the jails are located. So Tattnall County, we call those habeas corpus. And if you all have heard all this before, my apologies. But what that does, along with just the natural increasing population in our circuit, Liberty County particularly making up 36, 37% by population, our circuit, it greatly increases the need to have staff attorneys. Habeas corpus petitions are filed usually pro se. They're filed by inmates who are serving oftentimes life sentences, so they don't have a lot of other constructive things to do than to talk about their food is served too cold. There's an American flag flying inappropriately. And so as trivial as that may seem, given what they have been convicted of by a jury of their peers, each one of those has to be answered in its entirety. And each one of those requires a staff attorney to address those issues. Staff attorneys, duties and responsibilities. They write memorandums for the judges. They do a lot of legal research. They oftentimes have to attend court, and as we get, I'll say as you all get more technologically savvy, and as we move into 2025 and beyond, they are oftentimes in court helping us navigate WebEx, Zoom, other technical issues that Judge Rose and I think will readily admit we just don't quite have the ability to do. But I wanted you to know what a staff attorney is. They're all lawyers. They've all gone to law school. They've graduated with their law degrees. And I'll also want you to know this. They don't have, like a lot of our county, most of our county employees, our staff attorneys don't have a step or a pay scale period. So there's no step increase or anything. So longevity is not yet recognized by the state of Georgia, and we hope to change that in our own departments and our own the folks that will advocate for that at the state level. But they don't have that. So this is what they have. We're asking for, as Judge Rose touched on, an increase of $1,400 circuit-wide, $1,400 a month to $2,085 per month, of which, of course, again, Liberty County's portion would be 36.7%. That's Liberty County's pro rata. That equates to a $685 per month increase, from the 14 to the 2,085. It's $685 per month per staff attorney. When you go through and do the math at 36.7%, this is really where you all need me to land the plane. That's $251 per staff attorney for Liberty County. So that's the amount that we are asking this commission, this body, to increase their salary by. So with that, Chairman Gilliard, I know I've got you in all up there. So Commissioner Gilliard, excuse me. Y'all have any questions for that or regarding what I've said?
251, what's the total number of staff attorneys? Six.
Yes, sir.
1506.
That's correct. So it's 1,506 per month is the math that works out.
1872 a year.
And this request is time sensitive? You want to start that
Well,
tomorrow?
Well, we talked about that, and we feel, sure, is the answer. But we realistically, in approaching this with this body, understand that would probably be best if we're lucky to get that starting January 1 of 2026, when our pay, the Superior Court judge's pay, goes into effect. So we realize, and everyone, who's going to say no to that, right, Chairman Lovett? But the reality of that is, we were thinking January 1 is a reasonable ask in that regard.
And the other counties are in agreement?
Well, not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
We have every reason to believe that they will be on board, as you would expect, but we don't have, I can't represent to you all that they are in agreement with that.
I understand.
But,
well, thank you for making a timely request.
yes, sir.
Uh-oh, you must be did a poor job.
I thought he was
That means
I
I
thought he was
left
a
something out.
cleanup man.
No, he did a great job. I just want to clarify just a little bit. So as Judge Hendricks already stated, we think it's a very minimal request for the staff attorneys to continue on. That doesn't need to start till January 1. Anything prior to that, I'm sure they'd be glad to come over and leave you a cup of coffee on your desk or something like that. You know, but overall, just in terms of Liberty County, the judges locality pay. So there's two requests here. There's a request to increase the supplements for the staff attorneys, and there's a request to pay the judges a locality pay instead of their old supplement. Under the old supplement, Liberty County's portion for the judges' supplement, was $96,265 per year. Under the new request for the locality pay, the total obligation for Liberty County would be $18,400. So we're going from $96,265 per year down to $18,400 per year.
And that's headed in the right direction.
Yeah, right, and that's why we boldly go before you and say, can we please go the other way on the staff attorney pay, okay? And the staff attorney's pays, currently, at the $1,400 a month supplement, Liberty County portion is $40,737. That's currently what we're paying them through Liberty County. With the modest increase we're asking for, Liberty County's portion would go to $49,787. So roughly about $9,050 more. So we're going way down on the supplements for the judges with a modest bump at the end and asking for a little bit more on the staff attorney. So
Now, is that January date applied to that too?
yes, the January date is mandatory for the judges. They've got to switch over to the new pay system, them or not. So currently, you're already budgeted for this whole year at 96, so we'll be giving that much back to you
Back to us.
in unused funds in your current budget.
All right.
And I hope that clears it up for you.
It does, it does.
All right.
And I'm
Thank you
sure
for your time.
We'll be directed by our finance.
Mr. Chair, I just have a quick, hey, you know, just a quick question. Like you said, it's pretty simple math if all the counties participate. So I guess the question I have, if one of the counties don't participate, are you willing to decrease the amount that the staff attorneys receive, or are you going to readjust the numbers?
No, Commissioner Frazier, I'm glad you brought that up because we have talked about that. The numbers I'm quoting you is just the pro rata share that Liberty County would be responsible for. The other counties, of course, have their pro rata shares as well.
Because of-
I don't know if we formally came up with an answer on that. I think originally we were talking about, well, all we can do is make a presentation in front of them, just like we're doing with y'all, and see how they feel about it. But should they elect not to, or maybe can't, I'm worried about Long County, to be
Yeah,
quite frankly.
I was thinking about that.
Given their financial situation.
Yeah, see, I didn't want to call the county out, but since y'all did, hey.
You know, sometimes I may not be as polished as I should be. You
I
know,
understand. Hey, I like it that way.
But, you know, in the event that somebody does opt out of the process or just financially can't continue, I think the consensus was we would reduce the request by their pro rata share. Right,
Okay.
right.
Can I just say real quickly, in the 25 years I've been doing this, we have never had a problem with any of the other counties. In fact, they've always sort of followed Liberty County's lead. Liberty County obviously is the biggest county in that 6-county circuit, and we now have about 37% of the population for that circuit. They have always been on board and sort of followed the lead of Liberty County, and I would expect the same to happen this time. Thank you.
Sounds good.
We'll maintain that optimism.
And then-
Ms. Samantha, now this is the final voice right here. My CFO.
That's why we started there.
I just wanted to clarify a couple things. I have met with Randy on this a couple of times, but the decrease in the judge's supplement is mandated by law for effective date 1/1/26.
Okay.
And then, so I think with respect to the other counties, they've already, assuming, approved their FY26 budgets. This is a significant decrease to those budgets.
Oh,
So
they should have the money.
at least most of the money to fill in for whatever they choose is most important, the staff attorney adjustment and that kind of thing. So it's a net. It's like a threefold. It comes down a lot, and then there's 2 requests to kind of bring it up. But overall, for those less fortunate counties, we could certainly run the numbers, but I'm not anticipating that they won't fund it. And since we're the fiscal agent and bill the other counties every month, I think they do need to present to their board, but I think they're accountable for it, especially since it's a law change for the
Right.
biggest piece of it.
Okay.
So, I just have one question for you. I guess, because our fiscal year is July 1. So this last, budget, did we
Yep.
budget for to January 1, or did we budget for the entire year?
We budgeted for the entire year.
So we'd be good
This,
too.
we're already over budgeted for that one particular item, so when we come back, after the digest comes back and we review FY '26, it will really be the net increase that we're talking about for this court.
That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
But we will certainly, it's definitely on my list, but I just kind of wanted to explain it's a net effect and not just an ask.
Right.
Well, good.
So is this an action or is this just a discussion? Action. Oh, Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
what,
Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, we got, okay. I'll make sure I had a quorum to vote.
hey, what would be the motion for that? Somebody help me. To approve the supplement for staff attorneys? Would that be sufficient? And to amend,
And to amend.
what she just said,
Right.
to amend the budget as well.
I'll second it.
We'll ask staff to polish it up. Okay?
Yeah, make me sound smart, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know, that's a lot of hard work.
There's a motion, there's a second to that motion, please. Somebody second that motion, please?
I did.
Did you? All right, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Any further
He
discussion?
didn't hear you either.
Yeah. All in favor, show of hands, please. Commissioner Gillett has stepped out. All right. Yeah. All right, motion approved, yes.
Thank you, gentlemen. We
Thank-
appreciate your time.
Thank you. Yeah. Hope you enjoy your other visits as much as you enjoyed the visit with Liberty County Board of Commissioners. Good to see you all.
Appreciate it.
All right, Ms. Richardson?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. I am presenting the county's June 2025 financial statements this evening. Excuse me. At this stage, Finance has completed a soft close for the year. However, additional adjustments will be necessary to finalize our accounts and prepare the trial balances for our annual audit, which is scheduled to start the week of October 20th. The general fund revenues across multiple categories have exceeded our budget projections. This outcome is largely attributable to the county's conservative approach to revenue forecasting, which prioritizes outperforming rather than overestimating and being on the other side, risking a shortfall against our budgeted expenditures. So I am pleased to report that the county, its general fund is on track to close the fiscal year with a net increase to fund balance. The final surplus will be determined once we've done all the official adjustments required for the audit. And we have to wait until August 31st has passed to do our deferred revenue and those kind of calculations. But I guess I want to mention that a key factor in this year's positive results also is because the total general fund expenditures in total, all departments, came in below our total budget. So this is truly the best case scenario, bringing in more budgeted than more revenue than we budgeted and spending less than we had planned. So the resulting increase in fund balance is critical to strengthening the county's overall financial position. It also provides flexibility, potentially, depending on what you guys decide, but to reduce the millage rate or at least to keep it where it is. That's one option.
While also ensuring we have adequate reserves to respond to unforeseen events, such as last year's hurricane. In addition, a stronger fund balance may help support the county's growing capital need. Our CIP plan, if needed, we do use a lot of sales tax dollars for those purposes, and we're thankful to have them. But we can certainly meet to discuss the best plan for the county in this respect, but we're certainly in a good financial position for June. If you turn to the balance sheet for the general fund.
Let me celebrate that moment first before you move.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner, let's give ourselves a hand. Awesome, it's good to hear that report. This is Christmas in August.
You just want me to stop right here?
Yeah, this is a good place to stop.
Just come back
But
next
let
month.
me do this though before you move on, Sam. I want to appreciate the commissioners for your work, your due diligence when it comes to county finances. I know we don't always get the appreciation for what we do and how we do it, but obviously what she just said, I mean, outside of the audit report that we get, that's where they validate our actions. To hear Samantha give this report and indicate where we are now with our fund balance, it's just music to our ears. Right. And a good confirmation of our practices, our business practices. So to hear you say that the revenues are more than we projected and expenses are less than we projected, that's a good place to be.
Yes, it is.
That's a mighty good place to be. So the citizens of Liberty County can rest assured that we are good stewards of the taxpayers' money, and that does give us the flexibility, opportunity then to look at the digest and make adjustments as we see forward. And let me go and say this while I'm talking, and then a year from now, when we get to have the FLOSS, F-L-O-S-T, to factor in, we could really be in a great place.
Absolutely.
Really great place. So we're on the right track. We're on the right track. But commissioners, thank you. Staff, thank you. We could not have done what you guys do every day. Please express to the department heads too how much we appreciate them for, Crystal and a few others are here. We appreciate you guys for keeping it lean and mean. And then we all get to celebrate. So kudos to the staff. You may continue.
Turning to the balance sheet for the general fund at the end of June, we reported approximately $38 million in total assets, $6.6 million in total liabilities, and $31 million in fund balance. Our unreserved fund balance, 5.4 months through June, has increased from last June, which was 4.8. And this is that time of year when we're kind of getting over this side of the cash flow curve because we're deep into the fiscal year. And but I think we're in a great, terrific position for June. And I have mentioned this previously in previous years, but on the following pages, as part of that year-end closeout process, Finance has prepared some anticipated budget amendments at the department level, and these amendments will come back to the board for approval once we finalize everything. But currently, in your report, there are no general fund departments that show individual departments with a budget overage for June. These amendments are necessary to comply with the state of Georgia requirements, maintaining a balanced budget, and then ensuring that no single department exceeds its adopted budget for the year. And we do, as you know, we have an original budget, and then we have, we're allowed to amend it in the 13th period, which is this time currently, shortly after year end, which is what we do to comply with the state. But if we did not do those budget amendments and we left one of the departments over budget, we would get a finding from the state. So there is a reason that we do this, but we would certainly not be able to do this if our total wasn't less than what we budgeted. So I just kind of want to remind you of that. And then I did, since it is a June soft close, I provided a separate sheet for you guys, just showing the departments that required some help for the year regarding expenditures. And I'm pretty sure all of these we have talked about in one of the previous meetings in our financial presentation, but I just wanted to provide it for you all.
Is that in our
It should be the first,
First
it's like a separate
Oh, I passed it.
page.
Okay.
Just kind of stuck it in there.
Yeah, mine was just.
Got it.
Oh,
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Let's see, and, but if anybody has any detailed questions, I'm certainly happy to pull together any information, and don't hesitate to reach out. Not that any of you do, but my door is always open, so,
My only suggestion is,
yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I just wanted, so this is complete for the year?
This is our soft close for June.
Okay.
Once we do all the final adjustments, I mean, this is what we have currently today if I printed June.
Are we still waiting on some FEMA funds?
Yes, sir.
Well, my next.
Okay.
We have gotten the majority, and we
Trip didn't bring the
have,
check today?
help me out, Trip. We have paid the majority of our debris removal vendor. We do owe them a balance, and currently, they're not knocking on our door asking for it, but
Approximately how much do we owe? What are we?
between 250 and 300,000 left
Okay.
out of 1.7 million.
Once again, though, having a strong fund balance helps
Oh,
you to.
yes. That's the only way we could,
Okay.
float those kind of expenses, yes, sir.
All right.
Solid waste, we closed the year with revenues less than expenses in total by approximately 500,000. I will note that depreciation, which is a non-cash expense, accounts for almost $400,000 of the loss. In addition, for FY '25, there were several capital items that were required during the year. One of the most recent was the scale replacement, which was absolutely essential to maintaining daily operations. And it was certainly not something we planned for. But on the next page, that is a department, the solid waste disposal department is the only one that exceeded its budget for the year, and it's due to having to replace the scale and to do the decking around it. So these budget numbers, we did do that rate study with Mr. Culbertson and his firm. We had some assessment increases and that kind of thing, but it hasn't caught up in the numbers yet. But hopefully this fund will kind of turn back around and not be so dependent on general fund for operations.
Is there a way to, for lack of a better word, prorate it so we'll know when should it catch up? The way to calculate that?
I mean, hopefully, a full FY '26, hopefully.
Okay. Optimistically?
Optimistically, absolutely.
Okay.
And then the sales tax reports. For sales tax 7, we received 1.17 million for June, bringing our total collections to 29.6 million. Approximately 18.8 million has been spent on our SPLOST projects. For T-SPLOST, we received 1.1 million. It's always just a little tiny bit less than sales tax 7, based on the taxable base for those revenues. But since inception, we've collected 55.4 million, which did exceed our original T-SPLOST projection.
That's good.
It did.
And we've spent 26.4 million on T-SPLOST projects. Notable projects funded through T-SPLOST, just a couple off the top of my head, but done a lot of sidewalk work. City of Flemington, down 84. It's also paying for the new traffic light coming at the new Publix. So that's coming soon. But T-SPLOST is vital to our community and helps us meet the needs of our growing community. And without these dollars, we'd have to pay for this out of the general fund and increase the millage to balance the budget. So I just want to point that out, but
Or have potholes and roads in disrepair.
absolutely. But this concludes my report for June, unless you guys have any additional questions.
Nope, I don't.
Everybody good? I do have a few, but I'll get with you.
Okay, yes,
So I
sir.
can be further educated on something. Thank you. Good news. Good
Yes,
news.
thank you.
Good news. Hats off again to everybody who's made that happen. Find my agenda, so I don't get lost. Mr. Trent Long.
Good evening.
Hello, sir.
So we have a good bit on our report tonight. I'll try to run through these as quick as I can for you. The Half Moon Pier, that permit to DNR has been submitted, and we're kind of going through that process right now. So that is moving along. Jones Creek, a lot of things going on Jones Creek. The building is back moving again. We made some aesthetic decisions on it a couple of weeks ago, and they are moving forward with those as fast as they can. We have the walkway around the perimeter of the park out for bid now. We've got 5 people that have picked up bids for that, so we should have a good turnout on that. I do have for you a proposal from the wetland consultant to do the wetlands for the boardwalk through the middle of the parking lot, or not the parking, through the wetlands. Total, that ends up being about $5,000 by the time we get said and done with that, which I think is pretty fair.
It is.
With what he's doing. It'll come in increments, so we'll go ahead and get him moving on that through our contract to get him going. So that's working along well, and we've generated some of the drawings that we need for the marsh line to get the pier permit submitted. So that is moving along. Sunshine Lake Road, we should have that back out next week. And hopefully we'll get a little better prices on it. Bacontown Road, the contractor is ready and willing to get started. As you know, down on the end next to 17, when it rains, the puddle of water gets halfway out in the road.
Yeah.
So one of the fixes we have in this is some drainage in that area. And there is a power pole. It's really just a service pole right next to the tree. And we were told by Georgia Power that we're 4 weeks out to move that pole.
Who's gonna have to pay for that removal? We,
Georgia Power.
Georgia Power? Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
The water poles right there, Brian?
It's one pole.
Yeah, yeah.
It's one service pole. So, but once they get that moved, then they can get the drainage in, and then they can move forward with that. The roundabout, I have another meeting with DOT tomorrow. That's moving along okay. Pickleball court they got power on the lights today. We got some things we need to do with the striping, and we should be opening that very, very shortly.
Mr. Chair. Trent, on 17 and the roundabout, is that mainly a state project, or what is the
It's
contribution?
a state project.
Okay,
Okay, and we have money in it, but most of the lion's share is coming through the state.
okay, the reason why I'm asking that is, because I noticed on your building, on what you're charging, we are paying you, I guess, for what you do for the state, or what you do for the county?
So our part of the deal, our framework agreement is we pay for all the design, and we pay to get it through the design process to construction. Kind of like what we did with the 84 connector bypass.
Yeah.
You know, we paid Moreland Altabelli Atlas
Okay.
to get through that process. So that's kind of where we are.
All right,
Mr. Chair,
That answers your question?
right, you good?
go ahead.
And then with the pickleball courts, you said striping? I think there's a couple more issues out there, correct?
Yes, sir. There's some striping. There's a couple of like bird bass and things like that.
Right.
We're trying to get rid of.
Okay,
So, and some of the things we're doing with the striping, we'll get rid of some of the water.
you said some water?
Yes, not all the water, but some of the water, yes. All right. Back to where I was.
Who engineered that?
Say it again?
Nothing, don't worry about it. I was just wondering why it's just getting rid of some water and not all the water. Was that an engineering thing?
No. So, you know, what happens sometimes is after you finish it and when you run the bull float across it, sometimes it pushes it down a little bit. And that's kind of what's happened on some of those, is the finishing of the concrete kind of generated some of those, because we are pretty flat. We're at a 1% grade across it all the way, so,
I mean, but what I'm saying for 700,000,
yes, sir. I understand. But, the way the acrylics that we're gonna put back down, it'll level some of those back out.
okay.
Okay. The roadway striping project we have going on, they hadn't started yet, but their start date was July 21st, and they have till November 18th to get it done. That's gonna be about a 2 or 3 week project, so they usually call us a little bit ahead of time and get that done. The water system rest of the railroad, that's coming along pretty good. They did ask for a 45-day time extension, with some of the rains. It's been kind of difficult to get back in and work. So I'm recommending that we approve a 45-day time extension on that. That still gives us time to pay out the contract and fulfill all our obligations for our ARPA money. Did say that right, didn't I, Samantha?
Trent, Trent,
No, ARPA.
Mr. Long, how many, within this project, the water system, how many hookup are we looking at?
There are 96 service connections that we leave. Now, this is not like a,
Hookup, water hookup.
yeah, so there are 96 service connections for this. And it takes it down to where another subdivision is planned that'll have another 113.
Okay.
So as part of this, we have potential for over 200 connections. Now, this is not a CDBG like some of the others we did before, where we go to each house and take the water to each house. So as people need improvements or want to connect, they can connect with the water line there. The health department won't give them a permit to redo a well or anything like that. So they'll have to connect to our system in the future.
Okay.
Right. Over here. This side. Hey, when you say 96 connections, you're talking about from the railroad track down to Liberty?
Yeah, now-
That's service that's for vacant lots as well. Now, that's not.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
'cause
vacant lots.
There's no way it's 96 houses.
Yeah, anywhere there's a potential for a house,
Oh,
I
okay,
left to service.
okay.
Yeah, so I went ahead and tried to be proactive to
Just
have
go ahead.
everything
Yeah,
I
okay,
needed.
yeah, that makes sense. I just,
In your mind, you couldn't count, could you?
Trying to count 96 houses?
I count when I ride by there, and ain't no way it's 96 houses.
So how many actual hookup are there, I mean, service are there?
I'll have to count that number, because I don't know that off the top
You're
of my
talking
head.
about active, that's, yeah. Right.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that
I
one.
count that, 33. 7 on one side and 24
Well,
on
you
the
know,
other.
you got the ones going down Casil's Road,
I
and you
don't
got,
go down that way, I just stay on
yeah,
84.
and you got some going down Tyson Lane, and,
Yeah.
yeah, we got several little shoot-offs that we're doing that you pick up, so.
All right.
Okay. The Flemington Village signal, the striping is done. We have submitted to DOT for the permission to start the variable message board. I'm hoping they're gonna let us start the variable message board within the next week or two. And then we should be able to turn it on in just a couple of weeks. So I'm hoping by the time I'm up here next time that we'll have an operational light.
Wasn't there some kind of deadline on having that light activated or something? But I
For
remember seeing.
Publix, well, the deadline really is for Publix, and between
Okay.
Publix and the previous developer. So
Okay.
the deadline isn't on us, it's between Publix and the developer.
But the light is at Publix, though?
Light is for, yes,
Yeah.
it'll handle
Okay.
Publix.
Yeah, I just remember seeing something about that there was some kind of,
We were trying to have it all operational before school started, so.
You
that
were?
We weren't doing that. And then when we ran into like 4 months delays getting the lights.
Talked
the
about
street
Christmas
lights
one
moved
time.
over. Yeah. So, yes, sir, it's, every time I turn around, it's something beyond our control.
Mr. Long, one other question. Down, since you're talking about Flemington, on the curve coming from Midway, coming
Yes.
into Hinesville, I had mentioned earlier about the water hanging up on that curve.
Yes, sir.
Have we done anything been?
So that's not
That's
anything that we
not
have
us.
any control over.
Yeah, that's not us.
Now, I have talked to the folks at DOT,
Okay.
and you'll notice that they've started taking out some of the concrete median.
Okay.
I saw
So
that the
they
other day.
have a plan in place, and they are starting the action to correct that water sitting there.
That's a state,
I don't know
No, it's a
what.
state, but still.
I don't know what it is.
We
but the
travel
state's
that
doing
road.
it. Yes, sir.
yeah. I agree, it's could be a safety issue, wholeheartedly I agree.
Right.
But I knew Trent and Mayor Hawkins, a lot of folk have been fighting that battle to get them to come back and make those improvements. I'm glad to see some action is going on now. Because
Yes, sir.
You're right, we don't
So
want to
we-
wait till something happened to.
Right.
We were told about a month ago that they had reached an agreement
Yeah.
of
it was-
how to fix it.
It was in
but
litigation. Yeah,
Getting them out and back out,
yeah, Yeah.
the state's in control of that, so.
yeah.
So, do have to apologize, it didn't get Live Oak in the paper this week. We'll try my best to have it in the paper last week. That's all my fault for not getting it in the paper, but I am trying to make sure that gets out for you before I get going.
All right, and,
No, I had a question on that Live Oak. That second sentence say the city did not pothole remains as expected. I know the guy that works over there. Is that something we were supposed to do?
Yeah.
Say no.
But I
Say no.
eh,
The city
yeah.
did not.
Tell them the truth.
pothole
Talk,
the
Norva
water
didn't want
main.
to cut the road too much, so.
Robert Norby didn't? Well,
That's
now-
okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
I've got enough basins put in there in the contract so that I can
Well,
cover myself.
it's city water, but that part is a county road.
Mm-hmm.
But you say he didn't wanna,
Well, there was like, I can't remember, 10 or 12 places we were gonna have to cut in the road to try to find it, and he wasn't sure exactly how far over. So we marked it for him, and I didn't, after we get it a little bit, I didn't really push him too hard when there was a little bit of pushback. So I just added some junction boxes in there, so I can do interference boxes, because I don't know if I'm really hitting it or not.
But
I may be over it, and I may be fine.
if you need a push, that's 977-3527.
I got that. Yes, sir, I know.
and Mr.
I've got a good working relationship with Darby. Norby.
Right. And Commissioner Giller, I'm glad you said that because with the additional boxes, that could push up the cost, right?
Yes, sir, but,
So I'd rather you call that 977-3527 number,
yes, sir, I'll call it one more, I'll call him tomorrow and get him to go ahead
please.
and do that.
And then also, have we been corresponding with our friends?
I've sent some stuff over to Simonton's office.
Okay, well, if you can you get in contact with the city manager, especially Councilman Nelson over there? Because
I would be glad to.
I heard I was dodging bullets over there today about this street.
Really?
I apologize for that. I'll
Yeah.
make sure that I send her a set of plans.
And just let them know that we're investing almost $2 million on that street, so, you know.
Yes, sir.
I understand.
didn't realize that
I
you were-
understand the potholes right now, but.
I didn't realize you were dodging those bullets. I apologize.
Me neither, until I got a text message.
Commissioner Frazier, you might need to call Ms. Nelson.
I mean, I've been,
If she doesn't understand the full scope,
or I guess the process of
Yes.
how we send things out,
I-
but
I will-
I spoke with her prior and tell her,
Yes, sir, and I'll be glad to call her tomorrow too. So.
because I agree with you, you don't want to be dodging bullets that you're not.
Yeah, I don't want to dodge bullets if
You're
you,
not
I don't want you
problem.
dodging bullets.
Right.
So, I'm the one that has a big target on my chest.
yeah, I got it. But yeah, I guess just keep them informed of where we are with the process.
I sure
And
will.
just let them know that we've been working diligently on this whole process. And then also, please explain to them that all my fellow commissioners help with that road as well. It's not just me.
I sure will.
And again, thank you all for your support.
That's very true.
And hopefully they watching.
Okay, next on my item is acceptance of roadways. We did have a committee, we met last week? No, this week. This week. Monday. My days have run together, I apologize. At the time, we only had one that was signed, which is Arcadia. So we were going to send out a letter to several other developers and see if we can't go ahead and get responses to go ahead and get the deed signed so that we can figure out how to prioritize the funding, like what you asked us. So fortunately today, Commissioner Blunt was able to secure from Harry Rogers the trails got signed, as well as the Seabrook project, which would be the main trail, Trail South, and I can hardly ever say Sandpiper Drive and Pelican Cove are the other two. Now, got them today, so I don't have them in my presentation for tonight. We can either, if you guys want to accept them tonight, we can do that, or if you want me to bring it back my mid-month next month, I can bring it back and do it then. And I'll leave that up to you whether y'all want to do that or not.
Let's bring it back.
But I think we're all pretty aware of what the trails are, and the Sandpiper and the Pelican Point, the Pelican Cove, it's mostly just vegetation. Go out there and blow off the streets, streep up the vegetation, and it's good to go.
You have some others that are low-hanging fruit, you'll have it by mid-month, some others that,
I hope so.
Yeah.
So I've talked to Leon Braun about Joy Lane, and I've sent it to him, and he told me he's gonna sign it and send it back. Now, that's been about a week and a half, so we all know how the mail's been, so I don't know if it's due back yet or not. So I'll touch base with him again next week.
but then I will yield to the committee. You all recommend him bringing it back at the mid-month meeting?
Yeah, I do.
But, I'm talking about the ones that you did get signed?
Yeah.
Yeah, these two that I got signed from Harry Rogers will be the Trails and the Seabrook subdivision, phase
Okay.
3.
So they good to go?
Those are good to go.
Yeah.
Chairman,
You want to go ahead and do it now?
you had, I mean, when we had the meeting the other day, you took those out, like you said, and you got them signed.
You brought them back?
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could add them.
I think, yeah, my opinion, I think we should add them tonight, and as we get more, we can accept
Okay.
them as they
All
come in.
right.
Yeah.
I'm good with
We
that.
can move forward as a commission making improvements.
Chair, entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we go ahead and accept Main Trail and
Trail South,
Trail South and
Sandpaper Drive,
Sandpaper Drive
Pelican Cove,
and Pelican Cove,
Sandpipers,
Right.
Sandpiper.
as Trent pronounced it.
I'll second.
Motion and a second.
Don't go by my spelling.
Those are presented, you all have that committee? Y'all have those names?
No, that's, I got me, that's
One-
what we were asking.
One more time, Mr.
The main trail,
Got that.
Trail South, Sandpiper Drive,
And Pelican,
and Pelican Cove
Cove.
Road.
Okay, yes.
4 of them.
Okay,
Or in addition to the one that we already had.
Right.
yes.
So that-
Arcadia consisted of 3 roads.
All right. Any further discussion? All in favor, show of hands, please. We accept those. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Long, for your work.
All right, I have one other thing, or 2 other things that I wanted to bring to you. And I'm trying to wrap up my report. Atlanta Gas Light is gonna be replacing a, gas substation on Freeman Grove Road where, just turn off 196 and you go about a quarter of a mile, there's a gas line that crosses. They got a little substation right there. They're gonna be replacing it, and they're gonna replace their line underneath our roadway. So it's just a replacement, but I wanted you guys to know, as they're doing something in our right of way, it's just fixing a existing utility that's there.
Okay.
And then the last thing is, we did take proposals or bids for Pelican Lane Waterline Extension. We had 2 bids, one from Griffin Contracting and one from Palm Coast Utilities. The price for the low bidder was Griffin Contracting at $166,095.51. So everybody should have a copy of the bid tabulation and the recommendation letter in their report. And I would make that recommendation. If you want to take action tonight, that's fine. If you want to wait till another meeting, we have time to make that happen. So it's up to you guys what you would like to do.
Well, you want to go, is that an action item later?
I'm sorry?
Is it Pecan Lane?
Pecan Lane, yes, sir.
Where is that? Help me acclimate. me.
Right, that's where Robbie Bacon lived at, right in front of Wilderness Baptist.
Zion Temple.
Right in there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the right hand
Well, let's not do anything to delay the project. We can move on. Commissioners, I appreciate it.
You want to go ahead and,
Yes, sir.
Chair, I make a motion that we go ahead and accept the bid from Griffin Contractor for 166,095.51 for the,
Do we have a second on that? Motion second, we approve the bid.
Y'all know we're doing 10% contingency.
With 10%.
right, okay. With the 10% contingency.
Yes, 10% contingency.
Right.
All right, good. Any further discussion?
real quick. I know we normally put a 10% contingency. What percentage roughly do we use that 10%? A lot?
We've had 3 projects lately that we got into a little bit of it, but not to.
Not the whole
3.
10%?
Not the whole
Okay.
10%. And most of the time, I try not to even get into over contract. So, although I've had 3 that I've not liked that I've had to get into it, but I try not to.
Probably it's a good idea, I hadn't thought about it, that when the projects are completed, you would come back to say the project was done with the X number of dollars savings.
Yes, sir.
So we'll know that.
Right.
Yes, sir.
how
I'll
well
be
it's
glad to do
working.
that.
Yeah.
Kind of like Limerick Road. We
Yeah.
saved almost $200,000
Yeah.
on Limerick Road.
Bring us the good news always. Have you voted? No? All in favor? All right. All right. Thank you.
I think that's all that I have tonight.
Guess what, Trent?
Okay. He's got
No
it rounded up.
questions.
Okay.
Nope, no questions.
What?
Do we normally, the 45 days to extend the water system, is that a?
Yes, sir. A lot of times we can do it at administrative level.
Yeah.
But I like to let you guys know when we do something like that.
Okay.
If you would like to take official action,
I think I got a commissioner here ready to make a motion.
okay. If you want to make a motion, that makes it even more clean.
Yeah, west, we'll throw it out there. And on your water system improvements west of the railroad.
Yes, sir.
You asked for, or the contractor requested a 45-day extension. I made that a motion that we accept that 45 days and we're here, how that we can finish it.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second, we approve the request for extension for the water line. Any further discussion? All in favor, show of hands, please. All right, thank you, Commissioner Blunt. It was down to Commissioner Stevens. Okay. Roundabout.
Okay. So this is a little bit of, we are in the process of reviving and revising our plan for the roundabout that is at the intersection of 119 and Barrington Ferry Road in Riceboro. Can you rotate it 90 degrees? I didn't realize it was coming out quite that way. Makes it easier to understand. So we have a church on this side, the church parking lot, turn it maybe 180 degrees, because that's now upside down.
That's about right, Trent.
There we go. There's church over here, and then there's the historic church on this side. The new convenience store is right here.
Right.
So what'll end up happening, and we've got lots of utilities that are in this general vicinity right here. So we've been out, actually we met with some of the churches and some people out there, talked about what was going on and what we would need to kind of protect. And so we've gone out, done the surveying, and we're in the process of trying to lay out a new layout that fits. But basically you would have a roundabout in this area. We'd take a miter on each corner of the church, of the 2 churches, the convenience store, and I'm drawing blank, the owner of this now, good grief, I'm sorry, but anyhow, you'd end up with a miter for each one of them.
School.
Yeah, it's same church first.
So then this way, as the bypass comes on, this gets backed up certain times of the day, and that'll allow people to make the turn and go 119 to Barrington Ferry. Because I think our ultimate goal, once we do this, is to eventually make 119 follow Barrington Ferry and take 119 off of this route that takes it through the oak trees. Because back in 2012 to 2015 timeframe, we did a lot of work on Barrington Ferry Road where we replaced the bridge and we replaced it to the width and to the DOT specs. And when we redid the roadway, we added 8-foot shoulders and the different things we needed so that it could eventually become a state route. So we've built it to do that. So, but.
Trent, how do we, I recall that process having been done. I'm not sure I was a commissioner when we made that kind of recommendation, a request from DOT for that to happen. What are the steps in that? And I say that because in conversation with Mayor Stacy recently, they're very interested in us pursuing that, making that happen. So,
yes, sir.
So how did all that?
So at the time, it was not like a formal request. We sat down with the district engineer and said, okay, what are the things we need to do? Because we want to make sure that we're ready for this. And the items that we discussed were the bridge needed to be bigger because the old bridge was narrow. I don't know if you remember, I mean, it was fine and it was a little bit low. So this one is raised up about 1.5 feet above what the other one was. And this one is our full 36 feet wide from face to face. So it meets all their new requirements. Also, they wanted 8 to 10 foot shoulders. And so we did the 8 to 10 foot shoulders. And we built the typical asphalt to meet their requirements. Now, to go through this process, you do end up I've never done it, so I will be wading through it as well, so I don't know all the steps. But from what I understand is we do a formal letter to the Department of Transportation asking that State Route 119 be relocated from where it is now to Barrington Ferry Road. And then that will start a process of where they evaluate and we'll be back and forth. And it'll take a little bit of negotiating to get it done. The other thing is we do have quite a bit of right-of-way on Barrington Ferry Road. So we're not just our 60-foot right-of-way. So we're gonna have to go get new right-of-way.
Brent, say that again now. You said Barrington Ferry will be.
So eventually we'd make Barrington Ferry State Route 119.
Just change direction.
So State Route 119 then would come up to Crossroads, turn left, go up to Lewis Fraser Road, and connect back to 17 at the new roundabout.
But that part would be 119, state route, not
Right.
going the other way, Barrington Ferry, that would
And
still
then-
remain county.
Okay,
Yeah, not the other way, not south.
Right, just going towards 17.
okay.
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah, just Barrington Ferry, the north section.
okay.
Best way to
what I
say
was
that.
looking at, yeah. So,
Now, I've never done it. I've just been to
I think the-
classes and listened a little
I think
bit.
the city of Hinesville went through that too for, was it 196? They did something that they.
Yeah, it was, I think Veterans Parkway.
Veterans Parkway.
Yeah,
Yeah, something with
I think you're coming from Airport Road, they did something with Veterans
They
Parkway.
did.
Yeah,
They
'cause,
did.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and I don't know all the steps, but I know that it does start with a request from the county to relocate.
Okay.
And in this case, it being in the city of Riceboro, it probably should be a joint request, the city of Riceboro and the county
I
board of
see.
commissioners.
I see.
Trent, one other I know we've talked about it, and I'm gonna ask about it again. We're still looking at a 2-lane highway, 119,
Yes, sir.
coming all the way into
Yes, sir.
the bypass or whatever down here.
Yes, sir.
Are there any chance in the future, and how soon, can we look at 119 be widening?
I don't know the answer to that. Now, Ms. Ann Purcell was here and the DOT commissioner was here. We presented to them some things that we wanted at a minimum on 119 would be some passing lanes.
Passing lane.
Because that road gets really backed up.
Right.
And if you get behind somebody's slope, you're stuck most of the time, and then you get people with road rage and they do stupid things. I understand, because
Yeah.
I've probably been one of the guys doing stupid stuff. And she is moving forward with that. I ran into her about 3 weeks ago at a funeral in Glenville, and she told me that she was making progress with that at the state level. Don't know what the answers are yet, but she is trying to move that forward. So she's got that.
It's gonna happen,
She's got
sir.
several things. So I think it's gonna happen.
It's gonna
I
happen.
just don't know how soon.
So, Mr. Chairman, I'll say this, that anything that this board can help do to push it, if it's just writing letters on top of letters, making phone calls, we need to do it.
Yes, sir.
I agree. I'm kind of waiting to see where he's gonna go, and we're gonna chip in about what this board can do in just a second.
Yes, sir.
Finishes his, now, I know you're gonna talk about, but some of the people's concern are, will 18-wheelers or log trucks be able to navigate the
Yes, sir.
roundabout?
Well, you won't be
Yes, sir.
log trucks now. You won't be log trucks now. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but.
Well, yes, sir. So we'll have to design it regardless for the 18-wheelers, the WB 67 truck. And what happens is, if you've been into the roundabouts, you've seen like the inner part of the island has like, looks like brick pavers in the middle. And those are your areas where your back tires of your truck come up. And you design them so that your standard car is about 20 miles an hour going around the roundabout, but your trucks, you know, they have a big sweep with the trailer, and you set it up so that your interior island has concrete for those back wheels to come up on. So like the one that we're doing down at 17 Barrington Ferry, it's kind of got an oblong shape in the middle because we have to size that one for oversized, overweight vehicles, which is even a little bit longer. So when he makes certain curve or goes certain distances, his rear end cuts across almost to the middle. So likewise on this one, we'll set it up for the same thing, and you set it up so that that truck, when he makes that hard turn, because that left turn is going to be the hardest for that transfer truck to make, you set up the concrete so his rear end goes up on it as he goes around.
Do we need, Chairman, do we need to have another meeting scheduled with the same property owners later?
Yes, sir, we will. I would really like the opportunity to finish a new layout on it.
Okay.
Because I think our survey crews just got through like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so I haven't done very much with it. The other one has been kind of consuming me a good bit, so.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
All right, thank you, sir.
sorry to have worn you guys out tonight.
Before you leave the podium,
We halfway through.
Commissioners, after some conversation with Mr. Long and the church representatives, and with respect to the bypass, our desire is that this roundabout would coincide with the completion of the bypass.
Yes, sir.
We don't want the bypass to be done, all this traffic bottleneck here, and the roundabout not be in place.
Yes, sir.
As Mr. Long has said, we have discussion with DOT, and they have been very, what's the word, open.
They're open.
Supportive.
Yes, sir.
Of helping with this. But we may need some commissioner's report, commissioner's help, not report, help, you know.
I'll say, I'll write a letter.
So let's do talk about one thing that is going to be a hindrance to state money in this one. So when you go through the whole process of the plan development process with the Department of Transportation, you have to get through aquatic resources, environmental resources, state historic preservation resources. And that's where we're going to run into our problem. That's kind of one of the reasons that the 84 bypass we have now, it and all the way back up at the red light, it's down the road a little bit, there are historic properties there. Well, we're going to run into historic issues with the church on this corner and the church on this corner. As far as items, you know, you've got the bell and the monuments that are out there that will be considered historic properties that we'll have to mitigate against. Now, if we do the funding for the roundabout ourselves and we build it on our own and dedicate it to them, then we don't have to jump through all the environmental and the state historic preservation hurdles to do that. And especially if we have the approval of the churches on both sides, that makes our job a lot easier, and it makes it easier to make that happen. Likewise, it makes it happen in a much faster time frame instead of, the standard 5 to 10 years of getting it built.
So our choices are either we can collaborate and participate to expedite this project, or we wait, how many years, waiting on the state to finally kick in, and based on following their criteria. Someone said today they're very methodical as to how they work their projects. Commissioner Stevens, I am reminded that we had some funds set aside for the interstate paper road.
Okay.
That's
there we go.
already.
That now
We
is
mentioned it.
de-obligated, is that the word? But it has to be the will of this commissioners that we would, obligate those funds to help with the expedition of this project. And it still may take a little bit of our dollars, our T-Splosh dollars, to make it work. I don't know, you don't have a cost yet, but you should have one.
I will, I hope maybe next month, when I get back to regular meeting, I might have a layout, and then I can start getting you a better cost. Because right now, my guts tell me about $3.5 million to get through that, maybe a little less.
I know what the chairman just said, but you remember we had also talked about Homestown Road.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's see what that project's gonna cost. It's not gonna cost that amount of money that we were thinking about.
But when you say Homestead Road, doing the bad part, is that what you're talking about, or something else?
Yes, sir, we got
from
some
84 to
areas that
south.
are really
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
deteriorating.
Yeah.
That's different, okay. That's different. All right, I just asked you to, let's make sure we look at it.
Right,
And give the highest priority. This is really gonna be something that's gonna, and I'm trying to keep your phone from not ringing off the hook.
Yeah, but if we don't do anything with Homestown Road, it's gonna ring more.
You got it.
So I'm stuck in a rock and a hard
Yeah,
place.
we'll help you get out of it.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
just real quick, we set aside, was that SPLOS 6 or SPLOS 7 where we set aside money for interstate? We only did one time on SPLOS?
One time.
One time. And then on T-SPLOS, the one that we're about to vote on, we allocated 1.8 million. That's almost this $3 million that we need.
For interstate?
Yeah.
Yeah, at one point, we
I'm
had,
literally looking at it right now.
Oh,
Actually, the total figure would have been about 4.6 million.
I remember that was more than what we set aside.
4.6 million.
I remember that.
You're talking about for interstate paper?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is what we allocated towards their supporting them. 1 million on SPLOS 7. And then I'm looking right here on, I guess hold up. No, this was for this current T-SPLOS. I'm sorry. This current T-SPLOS, we set aside, we allocated 1.8 million.
and that's from Interstate Paper Road.
Right.
Yes.
Are we still doing that?
The large amount was in the previous one.
No.
Yeah, we had some, and
Yeah.
That's the point I'm
that's a
saying.
question you guys got to
You
decide
doing a
whether.
cumulative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that we were talking about all the time
Walk me
before.
through it.
Right,
Bringing
right,
that money back over.
So what I'm saying is.
We may have ample funds.
We're like 2 point.
I think we may have some money to be able to make that
Yeah,
work.
and then I'm still hoping that, I'm not turning down any DOT monies but we just know that their money
Yes, sir.
is on a different train.
That's right. Another thing we don't
I'm
want
being
to do
diplomatic
is.
again.
I know. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we don't want to trigger some of the environmental things that they have to go through with federal dollars.
Exactly. All right, if you work that up for us and bring something back to us, let us see what that looks like, sir.
And bring back,
Certainly do that.
Appreciate it.
bring back the price on Homestown Road.
Yes, sir. I just wrote it down.
Okay.
So,
But this one got that money.
No, no.
All right,
I've got
thank
the
you, sir.
largest-
I'm
I've got the
excited,
largest
I'm
district in the
excited
whole
about the
county.
possibilities there. Thank you.
Same
We're good.
population.
Same population, but different roads.
Same population.
Mr. Ricketson, thank you for your patience, sir. And those of you who are waiting, thank you for your patience.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Good evening.
I have placed at each one of your desks a copy of the updated service delivery strategies. Service delivery strategies is required of every city and county in the state of Georgia since the 1990s. You adopted your first joint service delivery strategy in 1999, and you've updated it 6 times since that time. And tonight, I'm asking you to consider the 7th update of the service delivery strategies. We had a meeting with your administrator, Mr. Mosley, and outgoing administrator, Mr. Brown, back in the spring. We also met with city manager Kenny Howard, and we met with the 6 mayors of the smaller towns as well. So this service delivery strategy is up to date as things are being done, as the services are being provided here in 2025. If you'll look on the back page of what I put in front of you, the front thicker part is the format that DCA wants it delivered to them. But I've just made you a handy little sheet here that's with these colored charts, and I've got it here on the screen for you as well. It kind of lays out these services that are tracked. Over here on the left-hand side of the chart there is the 41 services that are tracked. And all these columns represent Liberty County and the other cities, the 7 cities that are in the county. So in your column, you can see that if you look down there, you count those up. You provide 33 of the 41 services in the.
Is that a good report card?
It is a good report card. This is whether it's good or bad, it's accurate for what you're currently doing.
You saw how he.
Jeff, wait a minute, you said this is a good report card. Wait a minute.
It is a good report card.
Who's the teacher, who's the principal?
How's that track though, Jeff? How's that track that we are? Who DCA, who looks at, who enforces?
We submit
who's
this
the
to the
gatekeeper?
Department of Community Affairs, and they review it, and then they approve it, and, if they approve it, and they will approve it, your qualified local government status will be renewed for another 10 years, and you'll be eligible for state assistance and grants. So it is an important document, just like our comprehensive planning document. You're required to update it every time a major change happens within your service delivery, but you're also required to do it every time you update your comprehensive plan. And as you all know, we're in the process of updating our comprehensive plan, so that's what triggered this update.
Okay.
So this month I've been going around Liberty County on my tour of Liberty County. I've gotten 6 of the 7 municipalities to sign on this, and what I'm asking you to do tonight, this board, is to authorize Chairman Lovett to sign on your behalf for the county's portion of this joint service delivery strategy.
Questions from Mr. Rickerson? He's presented this report card to us. So, just out of curiosity, DFACs, we give them some funding, so why isn't that blocked?
Well, we had some discussion with that with Mr. Mosley and Joey, and we determined that that DFACS is a state agency, and they fund the operations. I think we did fund the building maybe, kind of like we did the health department.
Okay. Vocational, no, we don't do that. We just support Savannah Tech. Okay. All right. Wastewater treatment, we don't have sewer yet.
That's right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but if you do get sewer, you will have to amend this service delivery strategy.
All right.
And Jeff, there are no street lights in the county?
Don't believe so. I don't think you fund that, except in your facilities. I don't think you fund them on general streets, county roads.
We assist with the lights at 95, right?
95 and 67.
But Development Authority, I think.
Which would be the county, wouldn't it?
We just trying to get that plus to our 8, that's all.
Right. But you don't provide, on county roads, you don't provide
We don't
street
provide
lights.
street lights and,
No, we don't.
yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
So the lights shine on 95, but not on Islands Highway?
That's right. I don't think you have lights that are.
So they have to hover over
Right.
95,
It's
but even though the light shines on,
Right. They're high mass lights, and you're lighting the interchange, but you're not providing that service to all your neighborhoods that are in the unincorporated county.
You're tough class.
I get that question all the time.
So, I see us, I know you said 30, we do 33.
33.
Maybe 34, and listen to them out of the 41. But like, prime example, Gum Branch. Because I know to be a certified municipality, you have to have provide 3 services, right? So just out of curiosity, what 3 services do they provide?
Interesting, you should ask.
Because I'm looking, I'm seeing, do planning and zoning,
They do. They participate in the LCPC, they fund us.
So that counts for one?
That counts for one.
And fire service, they got a contract.
They have the intergovernmental agreement with the county to provide maintenance, where they do.
Okay, I see it.
And you can contract.
And so some of these things were contract things. They have a contract with the, with us to do planning and zoning. You've got, they're showing here for road maintenance, both the grading, the cleaning and mowing, and the improvements.
But that's that same contract that we've had in place that is what, like, never mind.
We met here, yeah.
It's
Okay,
been in place for a long time.
right.
And then the soil erosion and soil erosion mitigation, that's a service that LCPC provides for the city of
For them.
Glenbrook as well.
And that classifies them as a city just off of that.
They only need 3, but they got 5.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. And then also, Mr. Chair, I'm just looking, I know the city has like the housing authority, you know, to try to help with housing. But the reality is, you know, we have housing issues all around Liberty County. So is that something that we need to look at outside of Hinesville? Since Hinesville is like the words what they say about Atlanta, full, that we need to start looking at housing outside of.
There's been some discussion about that with the GIT committee, which Marion serves on. So, I mean, it's certainly something that you could consider doing. But as it currently stands today, you do not have a county housing authority.
That's what.
Or economic authority either.
Get was our.
A couple things we don't have.
Avenue to that.
We need to get it back in action.
All right, I want to move on if we can. How many we got? 40?
You have 33 of the 41.
All right.
Let's get the sewer, Mr. Chairman. We need to get that.
Well, we're slowly working our way toward, that's in conversation.
Yeah.
That's in conversation, sir.
Justin, didn't we put some money towards the sewage study?
Chair, entertain a motion to approve the presentation.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, aye. You made your rounds around Liberty
Thank
County,
you.
sir.
I'll be back next month.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I could have sworn.
All right. Ms. Page, thank you for your patience too, young lady. I know you traveled and you hear all that weather outside. Where do you live, Paige?
I'm in Brookhaven, so just north of Atlanta, Chamblee.
You're not trying to go back
area.
tonight, are you?
No, sir.
Okay.
No. But thank you, Chairman and Commissioners. Yes, I'm Paige Hatley. I'm working with the county on the development of a impact fee study. Thank you. That includes what's called a development impact fee ordinance. Tonight is the second public hearing.
We need a motion to go public hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's right,
Sorry.
all right.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second? Somebody second that? Second. Second, all right, all in favor? Not public hearing. Ms. Perea, has anybody signed up for?
No one.
Okay, all right, we're good.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
yes, I just have a few introductory slides and remarks regarding the ordinance. Again, this is the second required public hearing. When I say required, that's mandated by the state of Georgia as part of the process to potentially adopt an impact fee program. An ordinance is a key component of that. If the board so chooses, ultimately at a point after the public hearing to adopt the ordinance, then that would position, in addition to adopting the capital improvements element, which was presented to you before, it includes impact fee eligible projects, specifically in the areas of parks, roads, and all public safety categories that would be eligible for funding. That's been approved by the state. And the CIE, in conjunction with an ordinance combined, would need to be adopted in order to be in the development impact fee business. As stated previously, it's a one-time fee that would be collected from new development to help pay for expanding public services in terms of parks, public safety, and roads to accommodate growth over the coming decades. The ordinance has, it's about 25 pages and includes guidance consistent with state law, the Development Impact Fee Act, in terms of administering and maintaining an impact fee program. And it includes a 2-page fee schedule. In putting forth the proposed fee schedule for consideration, the draft fee schedule is part of the draft ordinance, we looked at numbers in the area. So who in the region is currently collecting impact fees? We've shared this table before. These are communities that collect impact fees. And what we look at for an apples to apples comparison most often is the fee being collected for a single family home. And so we've updated this slide to show what's being collected currently in the area. As you can see, years that have been added. So it was at this point that these fees were adopted. I have an asterisk related to Camden County. They updated their impact fee program in 2024, but elected to keep in place the fee for a detached single-family house as shown here, just about $1,000 that had been in place since almost 2008. Long County adopted a fee in 2019 that was $1,000 a house, but at some point since then, they have increased that fee to the sum shown here, just over $3,000. And then Savannah adopted an impact fee program in 2023, and they're currently charging the just under $4,000 a house fee, but they phased in their fee schedule over 3 years. And so they collected at 50% of the fee schedule and then 75, and then now, as of July, they're up to this number here. And so we're showing, based on input from the state mandated advisory committee that was appointed by the board, and looking around the region, recommending for consideration a fee that would be at $2,500. Now, what that means is, though, that's just one land use, and we have 2 pages worth of land uses. And so I wanted to show the breakout here, continuing with just this sample land use of a detached single-family home, showing all of the subcategories that would be collected for. So per home, $2,500 would be collected, and then it would be broken out by these categories to help pay for specific project needs in each of those. That's compared to the top figure, which is the maximum impact fee that was calculated that could be charged to help pay for the variety of improvements that are listed in the 20-year capital improvement element. And so what we did was we reduced every single subcategory by the same percentage to get to the $2,500 per house fee. And then we did the same for every other land use. The same percentage reduction that applied to the single-family home across these categories was applied to every land use. And before I show the fee schedule, I just wanted to make the point here that residential uses pay into every category. But if there was a restaurant, for example, because they don't put demand on parks and animal control services, fees would not be collected for those 2 buckets, if you will. So non-residential uses would only pay where the arrows are delineated. So this is just, I believe is in your packet and more legible, but it shows the variety of land uses, 2 pages worth that, again, everything, the same reduction that was made to the single-family home applied as a trickle down to every subsequent commercial, industrial, institutional, medical, service, retail, et cetera, use as shown. And then finally, just the overall remaining steps then. As mentioned, this is the second of 2 required public hearings. After public input and discussion by the board, the impact fee ordinance can be adopted at any point, whether that's this evening or a future meeting. But you also would have to adopt the CIE. So those 2 components together would comprise your impact fee program. Technically, the order of business would have to be the CIE being adopted first, and then you could adopt.
CIE means what, Paige?
Capital improvements element. The capital improvements element document technically has to be adopted first, and then the ordinance would follow. In addition to the draft fee schedule being inserted into the ordinance. We have inserted a proposed effective date of October 1st. Based on input from staff, they feel that that is sufficient time between now and then to start collecting fees to have the system in place to do so. So we've inserted that into the draft ordinance as well.
All this has been vetted by the advisory board.
Yes, sir. We discussed, the emphasis with them was in particular discussion about the fees, where the rubber meets the road. And then we provided an overview of what the ordinance is attempted to accomplish and all of its moving parts. But yes, that's where we are arriving at the $2,500 per house as the basis to then determine what all other fees should be relative to that.
Okay. All right. Is Trent still here? Yeah. I had some conversation with Trent and Mr. Mosley. And let me say that Mr. Mosley has worked so hard. I don't know how many hours, countless hours on trying to navigate this and work through this. Trent, come to the podium, Will, please. He's been working a lot of hours, after hours, trying to work on this. Paige, thank you too for your work on the advisory board. I did have to ask Trent because, when you hear from different people, and there's some people who are close to me in Trent, who have some pending projects, who expressed some concerns that we are evaluating. And so I had Trent to kind of really lay it all out to me. So you would just give the commissioners an overview of what we talked about so that if...
Yes, sir. So when we established the transportation assessment fees 2 years ago now, I can't remember exactly how long it's been. Basically what we did is we identified the area that we wanted the impact to be, which was, we call it the blue zone map. I think everybody is referred to that map as the blue zone, which is basically our industrial area and around on the other side of I-95. So we looked at, okay, what is it going to cost us to make the improvements to Islands Highway? Then we looked at all the development that was coming and everything that was planned for that area, the blue zone. We were able to generate some trips, what we thought the count of trips would be on that, and we were able to back that back down to a cost per trip and able to apply using the transportation manuals as far as what trip generations are to different activities and different uses. And based on that, we were able to apply an assessment fee based on all different types of activities based on what impact that was going to be for Islands Highway. That's kind of how we came up with it. So like a warehouse is going to have a certain number of trucks and cars that are equivalent daily trips. And based on the square footage, we're able to assign a fee that if that warehouse comes, that's what its part would be toward fixing Islands Highway. Likewise, there's a fee for an individual house. There's a fee for convenience stores that have fueling points. So anything that's in the ITE manual has a fee that's associated with it. And that's what we use to help recover the Islands Highway.
Questions for Trent? Yes, go ahead, sir.
Well, it might be more than just Trent.
Okay, sure.
Hey, we got the public looking at us and everything, and I've got several people that's called me, constituents and everything, asking questions about these impact fees. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand it'd be new construction, new rolling homes, all of this, not existing. Some people are calling me worried that their taxes, or they're gonna be affected by impact fees, that's been living in their homes 8, 9, 10 years. But that's not the case at all. And I just wanted that clarified right in public forum, that it's for new construction, new mobile homes, rolling homes.
Only.
That type of stuff. And the public sometimes don't quite understand everything. I just want it clarified.
Thank you, sir. It's a
I
good
think
point.
we had some conversations. She gave me some good guidance on it too. So I think it's been a year or so since we and I talked about it.
And if they're not, and I want to make a point too, that this, I'm hoping that we adopt this tonight, but once we adopt it, we can always come back and amend it.
Yes, sir. So it's just to revisit the fees, there would be required 2 public hearings. So there can be adjustments that are needed. We also recommend, as you would do with your comprehensive plan on a 5-year or so basis, to revisit it more so in earnest, and perhaps there may be a need to look at calculations that were done to arrive at project needs depending on the rate of growth. And that would be a more involved process, and you want to reconvene a committee and so on. But yes, you have the flexibility certainly to revisit the numbers just following the minor steps that are required by state law. Yes, sir.
All right. Any further questions for Mr.?
Yeah, just, so the 2,500 is sitting in the midst of the other counties surrounding us, correct?
It is.
So actually, that's going to make Liberty County a little bit more attractive fee-wise. Am I correct? Because some of them are based at, what, 33? What was that? Chatham is 39. Bryan County is 32. South Bryan is 29. So that 25 is going to make Liberty County sits like almost in the,
I'm going to be very clear with you.
in the middle of it.
Yeah, looking at that, but then there's some other fees, i.e., the Development Authority has water and sewer fees. So the developer has to also factor that in. So that may, I'm not sure what that is in Bryan County. So that may make things, I'm not.
And that's an excellent point, because this is only looking at programs that are, the impact fee program that is similar to yours. So if these communities are in the water and sewer business, this does not account for capital recovery fees, i.e. impact fees for water and sewer that they would collect on top of, because they too collect for categories such as police, fire, parks, roads. So these are comparable or comparable rather communities in terms of the type of
But
program.
your point is right, when it comes to just impact fees, yes, we are. In fact, that was Commissioner Thrift's concern. She wanted to make sure that we were comparable to the neighboring communities.
Okay.
But this operates kind of like, Samantha, kind of like an enterprise fund, so these funds have to be restricted and held. Is that a bookkeeping nightmare or not? Piece of cake?
And there's a reporting requirement for transparency and accountability that's mandated by the state as well to show.
Go back to that slide, if you will, so Commissioner see what I'm talking about. When she listed the categories.
I'm sorry. which-
Recreation and all those things, yeah. So when those funds are collected, it has to be deposited, kind of pro rata into
Yes.
each one of those.
And then that ties back to the adopted capital improvements element, which lists projects. So
Right, and-
projects have to be found there in order
Thank
for
you.
funds to be spent.
So it has to be used there. I can't
Yes.
use that, well, now let's talk about that. There's, some things are countywide, some things are not, as far as the application.
Everything's countywide.
Everything's
That's the
countywide.
conversation we had. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I know it makes good sense if it's police, because police, I mean, they could be anywhere, anytime kind of thing. All right. But I think there were some thoughts that it would only be applied to the Islands Highway area. You might want to address that, though.
Right, so most of the categories are countywide, like literally who is benefiting from the service. So Parks and Recreation, whether you're in a city or not,
Still.
city and county residents receive the county service. And so then expanding the park system, expanding, adding fire stations, everyone benefits. And of course, locating those, is done based on planning to best serve growing areas, et cetera. But generally, yes, we're looking at a countywide basis for determining future needs.
And I guess a good example, if I just did, Gene's out here, if I just did EMS and only put whatever he collected for EMS, he would never get, it'd be a long time before he got a station or whatever. So it has to be countywide, so efficient to the total county operations, i.e. in this case for emergency services.
Right, because ultimately those stations, whether additional coming on, they back up one another regardless of whether they're located, and they increase, enhance the ability to respond to emergencies.
Chair, I got one last question. If someone purchased a mobile home used, is that considered to be new?
If a dwelling is being located, whether placed or constructed where there isn't a dwelling, then there's an impact fee. But if there is a mobile home that's being relocated to another site, there's no impact fee. We're talking about adding to the housing inventory with what's not currently there.
Okay.
Chairman.
Any other questions?
Yeah, just, Mr. Chairman, now, you did say that if, we adopt this, and if, down the line, we wanted to make some changes, that there's a two-step process.
Two public hearings.
Unlike, a zoning variance, for a setback of a privacy fence, which we can do right then, but this would be two public hearings over a period of
It's dictated how far apart the
Right,
public hearings are?
they need to be at least 2 weeks apart.
2 weeks apart. Okay.
Okay,
Sure. All right.
okay, thank you.
All right. Chair, entertain a motion. Oh, you another question?
I got one more. Mr. Mullins, you might have to help me with this. Let's just say someone lives in a mobile home before this impact fee goes in effect. And then after this impact fee goes in effect, they want to build a new home behind their mobile home with intentions to move out that previous mobile home to live in their new house. But in the process, they do this, they get this brainwave, ooh, I could rent this mobile home out and live in my
I've seen it
new
happen.
house. And they try to dodge the bullet on this right here. If they move into their house and they move their mobile home, the impact fee would have to pay the front, but would they get that back? Because they had a pre-existing home, or, now if they, in my opinion, if they move into their home, their new home, and they paid it, and they decide to rent out, do we generate a second impact fee because it's pre-existing?
The result is that there's an additional dwelling unit being added regardless of whether it's occupied or whether it's being rented out. And so, again, that's an additional rooftop. And so the assumption is it's going to be occupied in some form or fashion, and so an impact fee would be charged. Is that, sorry, I
Yeah,
didn't mean Tony
no,
to.
no, I mean, I think we talked about this the other day,
Okay.
about, and that happens in our county.
It does happen.
Somebody's living in a mobile home,
Seen it.
they want to build them a house, and their ultimate goal at first is we're going to move that mobile home out once we build our house and it'll be gone. But then at the end of that house build, they see, well, I've got an opportunity to rent that mobile home. And so the impact fee would be taken at permit time for their building permit for that house. And that's where we get into the refund issue. Because if they replace that mobile home and it gets gone, the impact was already there with the mobile home. That would be a case where they would come before the administrator and possibly for a refund of that, because the impact was already there. And as long as it's gone, it's still just the one house.
Sure, if they can prove that.
That's
the
right,
burden is on
and they
them
would,
to bring that to
because
you.
I would
Yeah.
go out and make sure that mobile home was gone. So that would
That's
be,
what I wanted
that would work out a
explained.
refund for them, because the impact was already felt by the mobile home being there.
Right.
So we take the impact fee first, and then if they don't move the mobile home out, the impact fee has been justified.
Just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah, that's the way we would work it in our office.
And the ordinance speaks to those, speaks to refunds and all sorts of different scenarios that come into play regarding administration of the program to help staff.
And obviously, you don't have those issues like that in Brookhaven, do you?
Point in DeKalb has impact fees, so that's, it's never taken off there.
Paige, you said 5 years?
As far as updating,
Yeah.
taking a look, that's what's recommended, but a lot of folks, there's a state, of course, mandate to update the comp plan every 5 years, of which the CIE then becomes a part. It's an appendix, but there's no state mandate to actually revisit the capital improvements element document and update an impact fee program. But it's just a good rule of thumb, is what we say.
I was just wondering what triggered the 5-year review.
Just with the comp plan, there's always revisiting, what is growth looking like, what are development trends, and so maybe if there's substantial changes in terms of that, then it might warrant another look at the impact fee program and capital needs and fees needed to help pay for those capital needs.
Okay. All right, Chair, entertain a motion. Got that. Hopefully, Hannah.
Does anybody make it?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. All right, I make a motion, we accept this as it's been just like it's been presented and everything, and let's move forward.
Ooh, I like that one. Second.
So, I'm sorry, is this specific to the capital improvement element, the resolution?
Oh, the
Okay.
CIE.
I just want to make sure, sorry.
You may have to help us with the
The state
language.
requirements say that we have to adopt the
Really?
CIE first.
Well-
Apologies for my
Well,
misunderstanding.
sometimes some other agents I'm with, they will print out the proposed motion for you, so just read it. This is a little different than what we normally do, so you agree with what she said?
I'm agree. I'm good. She's more fluid in English than I am.
Mr. Frazier, second. Okay. Yeah. we good? Keep us,
And then the adoption of the ordinance
The ordinance
as
as well.
presented.
separate,
this is
a separate
the-
motion?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because this
all right,
is the
let's-
CIE, right?
So the CIE should have been, was the first motion to
Right.
adopt that document, the capital improvement settlement, and now the development impact fee ordinance needs to be adopted secondarily as a separate motion.
Let's finish the first one. All in favor? Okay, all right. Now help us out again, Paige, with the second motion.
Yes, to adopt the development impact fee ordinance, and I believe it, as presented, it includes the fee schedule, correct, and the effective date of October 1st? Okay, I just want to make sure that's what made it into your packets for the record.
That's it, I did.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay. Chair, entertain a motion to that effect.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Just a second. Commissioner Blunt, second. Okay, any further discussion?
Okay.
All in favor, show of hands. And we do know this is fluid. We can come back if we have to.
Yes, sir.
Little League World Series starting at 7.
All right. Thank you so much.
Good last
Progress.
All right.
Little kids playing baseball.
Tell Jerry Brown we finally did it. Oh, I'm sorry.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second? All in
Out of
favor?
public
We're
hearing.
back in the, back in the. Thank you, Ms. Page.
Weren't we supposed to vote outside of that?
So, remember that is, there's an option open, so we took the other option this time.
Just read.
You reading too much.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. We did.
I just read Robert.
Come on, David, get us back on track.
Mr. O'Hagan, how are you?
Make it quick.
Let me,
That's the last thing.
let me preempt him now. This gentleman and his team, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it with him standing here, has been working so hard, keeping all the, keeping the county going, all the county facilities going, and all the things that come along with that.
Thank you.
He's kind of like some others. He doesn't complain. He gets the work done, but
Yes,
but it's
sir.
still very real that he could use some help. He could use.
Yes.
some help. That's
Yes,
not
he
why
could.
he's here, but let me go ahead and say it for him. 'Cause-
All right.
Go ahead, Dave.
I'm presenting the Riceboro Youth Center HVAC system, 2 units, 25 ton. We got 3 quotes in total. I think y'all have 2.
I'm sorry.
Well, one was for only 1 unit, but then we decided to change both units. So I got 2 quotes for both units.
Okay.
One was from ThermoServe. They are the team that is going to be doing the Justice Center Unit 1. They're a very good group. They came in at $115,000. And then we had George's Heating and Air, who is a local company who has been doing a lot of HVAC for us also around the county, who came in at $114,000. And they will also be fixing the ductwork and prettying it up when they do the change out.
Hey, now you said this is for 1 unit or 2 units?
This is for 2.
2 units,
Yes.
okay.
I had a third quote, but it was just for 1 unit, but it was $71,500. But these 2 gave us a good
A
deal on 2.
good deal, that's what I heard
Yes,
earlier.
yes.
Okay, so what's the turnaround time?
6 weeks for George's Heating and Air, and I believe 6 to 8 weeks for ThermoServe.
So that means the Riceboro gym would actually be down
Yeah.
Well, we
during
have
that
one.
time, correct?
They're keeping
No.
the other one limping along.
Yes, we're gonna keep the one of them
One that we're
completely
putting free
down.
on in now.
Right, one we're continuing to put free on in just to keep it running.
Okay.
And that runs out every 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
We have to fully put Freon back in it just to keep it going.
Now, we still have an agreement with Riceboro that the county puts it in. This time, they switch paying for it?
Mr. Chair, to answer Commissioner Stevens' question, I did ask Mayor Stacy that question on Monday. He said, yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
So that would be, that cost would be divided with the city of Riceboro.
Right, okay, all right, okay, all right. And,
All right, Chair, entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make that motion that we accept the agreement with George Heating and Air for $114,000 to replace 2 units at the Riceboro gym. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You want to talk about the sharing of the,
Yeah, go ahead. Is it a second?
yes, sir. Commissioner Good, yeah, we're going to share
Okay.
expenses with the city of Riceboro.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any further discussion?
Hold up, now, yeah, I'm confused now. We're paying for it this time, and then they supposed to pay for it next time, or we're
That's the free-
splitting?
the free
We're gonna
on.
split.
We're splitting right now?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I was like, huh?
All in
Mr. Mo-
favor, show your hands.
Oh, Chair, Mr. Chairman, I want to make sure, did we say how it's going to be split the cost, right?
So it's 50/50.
50/50.
Straight down the middle.
All right, okay, all right,
All right, sounds good.
As soon as it's finished, sir, we're gonna send an invoice.
All right.
okay, all right, okay.
All right.
Good in order, right?
All right.
Maria, did we all vote? Okay, all right. Administrative report. Thank you, Mr. David.
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you.
Appreciate you.
Want to encourage everyone to sign the documents in the back, and the only two things that I have is I would love to have a work session with you guys to go over a list of items. I want to send out some proposed dates, if y'all don't mind, and y'all select a date. And then the second thing on that date would be a ribbon cutting for the pickleball court. So I'll send out a separate email on that. So I just want to report to you guys on that.
Okay.
You want to have the meeting at the pickleball court?
Knock out two birds.
Under the sun.
If you bring your rack.
Or in the rec room.
So that's it, sir.
That's condensed.
Yes, sir.
That's condensed. All right. Thank you, sir. Anything else for good in order?
I have some NACO books in the back for everybody.
Chair, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second. So move
All
and
in-
second.
all in favor?
Southeast Georgia is,